And let's get started, Crrool.
And that we will. So I heard the name that won was Sonic Colors. So I did a bit of a creative way of putting it in, but I suppose that works. So I'll give Tech just a moment to get ready, and then we're going to get into Link to the Past, standard mode, randomized swords.
I have to, sort of correct you. Because we just got a €20 donation by Magnificent.
Oh, wow. Is that a name change?
Yes, the name will be Bork.
Oh, crap.
Well,
that's a fitting name. Okay, I'm just gonna keep the I'm just gonna change the first one then. That's easier, and we're behind enough as it is.
Yeah.
Can you cut off that incentive like now?
Will do.
Okay. Dutch, ready? Okay, in 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, here we go. Link to the Past, standard mode, randomized swords, same mode as that if you've been keeping track of speedrunning nowadays, it's all over speed gaming. Gonna start off with the blue mail. That's a really nice start. So, first of all, before we get started, we're gonna do the escape sequence. Standard mode, you do the entire escape sequence. Open mode, you do not, which is one of the other modes that you get to play in the randomizer. I had my boy Yume Tsubasa pick out a seed for me, and knowing him, it's gonna be at least a little bit trolly. We ran together in the 2v2 tournament, so which was a lot of fun actually. Starting with a bow, I'm really liking that bow start.
Oh, that's definitely good.
Bow is a fantastic item to start with, so we're gonna kill some of these guards. We're gonna hope to find some bombs early on, so that I can get an item or a few items much earlier later on in the escape sequence. So early on, I'll be looking for a bomb. Ideally, I want to have more than one, but with just one, I can make it work if need be. I'm just going to skip these guards. So yeah, the randomized sword setting means that you can get just about any weapon that can damage early enemies from your uncle there. It could be a sword, but it could also be a bow or the fire rod, or if you're lucky like me, you get bombs or the Cane of Brian.
Oh god, not again. Please not.
So yeah, me and the Cane of Brian have a little bit of a history, as during my second tournament match, we were forced into doing the Lanmolas fight, which we might get to see later on, with just the bombs and the Cane of Brian. A bottle early on as well. We also got our bomb drop, so I won't have to look for bombs anymore. So the bottle makes it quite convenient, because it opens up the sick kid in Kakariko Village later, which allows me to get an extra item there. The idea is generally relatively simple. There is 7 dungeons that we need to defeat, or that we need to beat. We don't know yet which ones those 7 dungeons are. We just know there are 7 of them.
And then 10 in total.
Yeah, and then we go into the final. That'll give, of the 10 in total dungeons.
Yeah.
So we need to beat 7 of them. Randomized into which ones they are, and once we have beaten them, that gives us access to the final dungeon, Galen's Tower, where we need to go through the entire thing, do at least 2 refights, potentially 3, and then we get access to the final boss of the game.
Yep. And, well, knowing the trolliness of A Link to the Past randos, it might very well be that Crrool still has to do multiple, dungeons. Instead of just the 7, it might be all 10?
It might be all 10. It might be just the 7. We might be forced into actually having to beat all 7 if the pedestal has something, which, again, knowing my boy Yume, it's not impossible. I'm definitely keeping that in the potential there. This can literally be anything. The only thing that I've been guaranteed is that there is some level of trolliness going to be happening. We don't know how and when, but there is going to be some level of trolliness.
Yeah.
And it should realistically be able to be beaten in the 2 hours that we have for it. But again, we don't know. It's going to be interesting. We should be able to do that, though.
By the way, Crrool, we just received a €2 donation by your sister, Jessica Side.
Oh, nice.
And
Sis.
the comment is to make a 2-player, 1-controller joke or a Cane of Brian bomb Lanmolas joke. I guess one of which just got made.
Yeah, that's both were going to happen. Let me do the other one as well. So for annual, we actually, me and my sister, we submitted 2-player, 1 controller of this. We actually did a run of that the other day, which was surprisingly less of a train wreck than expected. So yeah, chances are we might get to do that at annual, but it was a bit too short notice to do that here already. So we're now going towards the back of Escape. Not a whole lot to say about this part. There's some snakes that we're going to damage through. I just have my screen become wider because tech is messing with cables. I don't know how that shows for you guys, but if there is anything, you know, tech will probably fix it and it'll be okay. But
Item incoming, and another. Oh god.
I gotta be careful here. I really don't want to die.
No. Don't die in Escape. Don't become a Zeta.
That's better. So yeah, dying is not generally what you want to do here, so I gotta be a little bit careful. Now the upside is most of the most dangerous stuff is gone. That's magic. There is a heart around here. Yeah, there we go. Okay,
Yay.
we did it. I should have picked up the heart at the start. So you damage boost through a few of those snakes, and I damage boosted a little bit more than I should have. So yeah, that can happen. It's okay. So this is where I needed that one bomb that we picked up earlier.
It's very nice to have that one bomb here.
It's really useful here.
It kind of saves a trip back. Loses you the bomb though, so you don't have bombs anymore.
Yeah, but it gives me the opportunity to check these 3 chests. Sanctuary heart in that middle chest, by the way. That's kind of funny.
Gotta admit, lots of love in this seed so far.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of extra hearts are really useful early on. I mean, we already have the blue mail, so we've got that going for us.
Yeah.
But the 2 extra hearts there just giving me a lot more safety. And the Sanctuary heart is just nice in general. I was really hoping to get another bomb drop somewhere, but unfortunately we didn't.
Well, I secretly always pray for getting that Sanctuary heart like pretty late, so that when you're actually at 15 hearts or something.
So funny thing, by the way, I think it was in the 2-player 1 controller seat. That chest had the Sanctuary heart.
Oh wow!
No joke. That was actually the Sank heart chest that had it.
So I kind of missed what you picked up from the last chest.
10 arrows.
Oh boy, such a wonderful treasure.
I mean, we've got some treasures. We've got some cool stuff. Let's go. So there's a few routes that you can take here. Most runners will generally make their way towards Kakariko at this point, as that's just the highest item density.
Yep.
I believe there's, with the Sick Kid available right now as well, 14 items that we can pick up. I might be one off there, but...
5 in the well, 5 at blind. That's 10. The one from the old lady, the Sick Kid, 1 in the what I call bar. That's 13 already. And then I probably... Oh, wait.
The bottle vendor.
The bottle vendor, that's 14.
Yeah.
And that's a red rupee.
That's a red rupee. That one is... Not everybody checks it right away, but it's kind of nice to be able to check it now. That item only becomes available once you have both the boots and have beaten Aghanim.
Yep.
And Aghanim is one that we generally don't want to defeat.
Preferably not, because it's slow and it doesn't hold any good items anyway.
So let's see what's over here. That's another red rupee. At this point, I don't care anymore. We're going to check this place.
More red rupees.
Get more red rupees.
Man, lots of love, lots of money.
Lots of love, lots of money, but...
I prefer lots of items.
Speaking of lots of money, there's 300 rupees. So money early on is kind of useful to have. There's 2 places early on that are locked by money, which is the Zora... in Zora's domain, and there is the
bottle vendor.
The bottle vendor, respectively needing 100 and 500 rupees.
And then as soon as you can enter Dark World, there's 30 rupees for the chest game and 80 for the digging game.
And 110 for accessing the Palace of Darkness.
And another 100 for the big bomb.
So I'm going to take a risk here. There's 5 items down here, one of which is locked by a bomb. I'm going in here hoping to get a bomb along the way. Again, not a play everybody makes, but a potentially useful play, as it might save me backtracking a bit.
Yep. The Moon Pearl?
The Moon Pearl. Ooh. Moon Pearl is allows me to stay as Link when I enter the Dark World.
And finally a sword.
Okay, didn't get any bombs out of it.
But a sword and a Moon Pearl.
But a sword and a Moon Pearl, that's quite useful.
That's value, man. That's absolute value.
That's a lot of value in that place, for sure.
especially for 4 chests.
Absolutely.
So the bottle vendor gives us, well, a 20 rupee
A life
return.
lesson.
Yeah, life lessons.
I'll stick to a life lesson.
Never trust vendors.
The red meringue. Ah, there's some bombs. Okay, so I don't have to backtrack too much then.
More rupees. Yay, more hearts.
I mean, extra hearts. So far, I'm still enjoying the extra hearts.
Oh, definitely.
The Book of Madura. Now, the book is actually quite useful. It gives me access to the 2 tablets as soon as I get another
Master?
sword upgrade.
Yeah, and Desert Palace.
And it gives me access to Desert Palace. Speaking of which, let's check what's what. We've got a pendant on Desert Palace and 2 crystals, so Desert is not necessarily a required dungeon.
Okay.
However, both the Tower of Hera and the Eastern Palace are.
Yeah.
So yeah, here now I'm gonna come back, do the bomb here. We're gonna grab some rupees. I'm not yet quite at enough, so...
No, Zora definitely wants you to have, well, more.
Not to mention I want to buy some bombs still. Because that 1 bomb left,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna last very long.
Given that, you know, that 1 bomb will be used in the old lady's house. I still think it's quite mean, you know, blowing up a wall in the house of an old lady.
I mean, then again, that entire shed on the side is just not even accessible.
Are you? Nah. No swag, Coco.
I tried. I tried to pick up the chicken. You can pick up the... Oh, the silver arrows.
Ooh.
You can pick up the chicken, and if you time it just right, you can throw him through that gap as the
Yep.
bomb explodes.
And then he'll be stuck in the wall.
Yeah, you'll clip the chicken out of bounds, which is kind of funny and kind of cool.
Yeah, a good thing about the silver arrows, though, they are the strongest possible weapon in the entire game.
Yeah, by far. And
They deal like, I think 12 damage or something, while
it's-
your level 4 sword deals 4 damage or something.
something like it. It just deals.
It's-
Just remember. Oh, Master Sword.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take it.
Sick kid having a sword. I don't know how, you know, how he would be hiding that, but hey.
I mean, then again, he might be sick because he was defeated in combat or something.
Yeah.
That could work.
That could work.
Okay, so there's 2 more items down here, and then we're gonna go somewhere else.
But Master Sword, Book of Madura, silver arrows, Eastern being a crystal.
Yeah, Eastern is beatable. I might go Eastern
I was about
soon.
to say, I think the game is telling you should go to Eastern.
But
Then
you,
again,
but you know me, I'm not going to.
no, I know.
I'm gonna go the south route first.
Crrool definitely going for the raise immediately.
Yeah, I mean we've had so little value in that Kakariko. There's definitely something here.
Yeah, fair enough. So, you know,
I hope you can hear the sarcasm by the way.
yeah, I know, man.
I mean,
are
if
you
we-
gonna go over 9 seconds? Because 9 seconds is a pretty high record. But I've managed 8 once,
Let's pick it up.
and 8 seconds. Nice.
Hey, I know my race game, okay?
He definitely knows it.
So we're
Apparently,
gonna save
I'm
and
just
quit.
bad.
We're gonna save and quit. And we're gonna start at the house. And basically, what we want to do here is we're gonna go south, and there's a few items that we can check here. In the south part, there is a total of 5 in Mini Moldorm, 2 at the dam, Ice Rod Cave, and Agina, and all
Yeah.
those are currently available to us.
So, fun fact, Crrool. Your boy Yume Tsubasa is actually in chat, and he told us that it's gonna be a good one.
Oh boy, I'm not.
I am not really liking that.
I'm not either, but I kind of knew that was gonna happen.
Yep.
So one of the reasons I asked, among others, Yume to pick out a seat for me is that our playstyles are very similar. So if he tells me you should be able to do this in under 2 hours and 5 minutes, it should realistically be possible.
Yeah.
Our playstyles are similar enough that
I count on that, to be honest.
Okay,
More money, you know,
I'll-
pick it up for Zora.
this is everything I still needed for Zora. So we're gonna move on.
So, yeah, Mini Moldorm Cave, I guess that Agina will be the last thing you check.
I might go for Agina. I might go for Ice Rod.
Yeah, it's always a tough one to pick between.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So another funny story. Actually, I had a tournament match yesterday.
How did that one go?
I imagine most of you are aware that there is a tournament of this going on right now.
No. Didn't notice. Like, Speed Gaming has about 5 channels running this.
Yeah.
And then there's,
and
you
then
know...
there's some others as well. But I had my 3rd tournament match yesterday, and the game changer was Agina.
Oh, boy.
I checked it really early, and there was a sword there, and he never found that. So I had Tempered at the end, and he had Master.
Yeah, and Master... Oh, speaking of Tempered...
Speaking of the Tempered sword, there's our level 3 sword.
Well, still, you know, this was also the Light World Hype Cave.
Yeah.
It's not super hype today, but, you know, Tempered is pretty hype.
I'll take Tempered.
So, right now, Crrool will actually go to Ice Rod Cave, which is quite a long walk.
Yeah, this is a lengthy walk that's always just, do you do it? Do you not do it?
Are you going to go fake flip ring out of it as well, though? Because if you go...
That was the idea, yeah.
Yeah, so Ice Rod Cave into fake flippers towards Sora, I believe?
That is what I was planning.
Yeah, and since you have the Moon Pearl, you can still do that, the Waterfall Cave as well. With the glitchy way. Because for some reason, the game is well programmed, of course.
It's very well programmed game.
Fake flippers is a trick on which you leave the screen while dropping into the water. At the same time.
I'll show it off in a moment.
Crrool will show it off, and after you've done that, you can use the teleporter in the water to go towards Zora. And there's a waterfall where normally the ferry is to upgrade your shield and your boomerang in the vanilla game. They've placed 2 chests in there, but since you're in a swimming state, once you enter that one, the game doesn't really know what to do. If you have Moon Pearl, you can leave the cave again and then actually enter again, and you're just walking. You're what they are calling Jesus walking on water. It's kind of fun to see.
You'll see.
Come on, Crrool, you can do this. There we go.
3rd try, I'll take it. So this is fake flippering, and what we're doing now is called a sequence break, meaning that the logic will never require me to do this. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna play it safe.
Do not get hit, because that's instant F.
Yeah, if you get hit while in this state, you just die instantly.
Yeah, and in the vanilla game, if you do this and you get hit, the game will soft lock.
Yeah, you actually completely soft lock the game at that point.
Yep, I know that. It's not fun. Especially if it happens in a race against Crrool.
Yeah, that's happened before. So there we go. Nothing of value here. Again, everything we're picking up now is not yet within the logic, but it looks quite cool.
It's quite cool to, you know, be able to walk on water, though. Crrool opted to hit the land there, so he's now back in normal state. The game, you know, is just reset. If you have the boots, it's kinda helpful to not hit land until you've visited Zora.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't have the boots, so effectively it's not any slower or faster, really.
It's a little faster
it's a little bit, but
yeah.
it's also, you know, that part of getting hit still scares me very much. So this is Zora. This is the next item. It costs me 500 rupees to get something from him.
Please, don't be a life lesson.
Ooh.
Power Glove.
Ooh, now that is interesting.
That is definitely interesting. It opens up a few spots.
Yeah,
honestly,
in fact,
not so many.
In fact, we're gonna do another sequence break.
You're gonna do dark room.
Yeah, we're gonna just showcase a bunch of cool stuff today. So.
So yeah, Crrool is now going to head up to Death Mountain. Normally, you'd need a lantern to be able to see anything in dark rooms, because, you know, they're dark. But Crrool's a well-versed runner of this game, so he knows the way. You know, he doesn't need a lantern to guide him. And by doing that, he'll be able to access the item that the old man on the mountain holds before he actually, you know, has the lamp and access to it.
Okay,
so,
I'm gonna ask you to be quiet here for a moment. Okay, that's the first room. So we already know that the globes are not in logic. We need to find the flippers before we can get that. We also know that everything we find up here is not yet within the logic, as it's locked behind both the flippers and the other thing, the lantern.
He only has bombs, but very well done in the dark rooms, buddy. That was quite something to show off.
So there's two advantages to doing this pretty early. On the one hand, it gives me a warp point, so if I save and quit, I can now start at the mountain as well, which makes certain things a little bit faster. It's also just nice to have a quick access point here so that I don't have to walk up here again. And on top of it, I can check a few of the chests already. So we know that one, so I don't have to go for that. And there's a bomb capacity upgrade there. So we know that none of that is useful, but there can be very useful items here. When I was doing a run yesterday, it actually held the hammer.
Ooh, hammer is one of my favorite items.
Yeah, it's a great item, but it was locked behind the mirror. So at that point, I knew everything that was that required the hammer was also mirror locked.
Yep, that's
really useful information to have.
Yeah, it's good to have that information. Now Crrool is heading up towards Eastern, and he's probably going to visit our good friend Sahasrara first.
Yeah, Shahamala Ding Dong is somebody's name that nobody knows how to properly pronounce. He's the old man here. He's also going to tell us where the green pendant is at.
Which is, another case of useful information.
So this is, again, one of those cases. Not everybody goes for it. The Palace of Darkness is the green pendant, so we now know that. So there's 3 chests in the back here, a heart piece, so $20, and the Quake medallion. Now Quake is potentially useful, as 2 of the dungeons are locked by a random medallion, either Quake, Bombos, or Ether. So having all 3 will guarantee me access to wherever I need to go. Having one of them at least guarantees me that I have potential to have the access as it is.
And, going into Eastern with Tempered Sword and Silvers, oh boy.
Yeah, again, the back of Eastern is locked by the logic, as I do not yet have the lantern.
Are you going to go for it, though?
Of course. I've been showing off all the cool strats, or at least that was my plan.
Are you going to go show off actual fast armors as well, then?
I'm not consistent at that.
Dang.
But let's be fair, with Silvers, it's just target practice, really.
Yeah, there's nothing about fast armors anymore.
So the thing with silver arrows is normally it takes 3 arrows to kill. Okay, so the boss here, I should recap a bit.
Yeah.
The boss here is 6 enemies, and normally it'll take 3 arrows for each enemy to die. And you can do a strat where you kill the last one just before he goes into his rage phase.
Yeah.
And which is normally quite useful because that can save you using 2 arrows, and it makes it just a little bit faster. With silver arrows, however, it takes 1 hit to kill to kill a single one of them. So it's really just target practice.
Yeah, nothing really special about it anymore. And a little bit of love.
So there is also 3 items in here. I already have the big key, so I'm kind of hoping to find the 3 items before I have to go to the back.
Well, you found the first one.
I found the first one. There's 2 more, and there's 2 more chests. If I don't have it by that point, I could gamble to go for the boss, but I'm going to not do that. That gamble has punished me way too many times. So here's another cool one. I didn't entirely get it the way I wanted to.
No,
you can have only 2 of the 4.
Yep.
There's 4 there. Oh, speaking of the lantern, now everything is in logic again. Well, except for the gloves. Those are still not in logic.
In before flippers.
Yeah, if the flippers are here, then everything we now did is back in logic.
The burrito.
So that means we're going to go to the back.
Yeah, the different... Well, indeed, you could go for the boss or for the back. If you go for the boss and the boss turns out to have the compass, it's a time loss of a minute or so, maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah, anyway, I was still explaining the other thing there. So there's 4 skeletons in that room, and you can actually manage to only spawn 2 of them if you do it perfectly. If you're a handful of pixels off, you can get it with killing 3.
Yeah.
If you're off by quite a bit, you have to kill all 4 of them. So I was off by a little bit there.
And you did it with a pot.
Hold on. Another cool trick coming up here. This is a cool little damage boost.
Totally intended.
Okay, so the boss has the last item.
Yep.
That means this was a bit of a time waste, but it's a minute or so lost
Yeah.
to save potentially 2 minutes.
Yeah,
so
that's the thing. Fun fact that I've seen a lot of runners do nowadays is the room with the skeletons. If you're on the correct pixel, you can also just shoot them with arrows. Because as soon as you're on the correct pixel, they are spawned, yet not visible yet. So, you know, you can sort of abuse that, shoot 2 arrows and kill them
Yeah,
instantly.
you can use sword beams as well. That's another very common strat
Yep.
to use. There's a
If-
lot of ways to do it.
If you're on full HP, that is.
Yeah, you need to be on full HP. I think I was down a quarter heart or something. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter.
So,
So yeah,
yeah.
these are all rooms you normally do in no major glitches as well, so pretty straightforward stuff.
Yep, the cannonball room is still RNG hell, actually. Because it
Didn't
can...
really need that fairy, to be honest.
Hey, safety first, right?
Yeah, still didn't need it. So this is our target practice.
Yep.
This is where we practice our bow strats a bit.
Now we can actually see if Crrool is actually good at archery. By the looks of it, he's pretty good at it.
Oh, missed the last one. That's unfortunate. Oh well.
Oh well, a little bit of love.
So
With that, we have completed Eastern Palace.
there's 2 options right now. There's Desert Palace or Agana. Or Aghanim.
I'd say
I'm going desert first.
Yeah, Agina into desert. Check latch.
Yeah, that's what I was planning.
That's...
But fact of the matter is, we might have to do Aghanim.
Oh boy.
Well, this one.
Yeah. Well, given that it's the seed Yume gave you, and we said it could be something.
It could be anything.
Trolly. So Aghanim could potentially be the troll.
It could be. So yeah, the Desert Palace that we're going to now, a dungeon that we might not necessarily be able to complete, as it may very well hold the boots.
Yeah, so that's a thing.
like
Desert Palace
it-
has 1 item on top of a torch, which is only accessible if you have the boots.
Yeah, and currently we don't have that. Now, if we find the boots in here, that'd be fantastic.
Oh, definitely, because then the seed will actually speed up quite a bit.
But chances are that's not going to be the case.
I wish it was the case. We can just pray that Agina actually holds them. Because, you know, he's a nice guy. He always has good stuff. And, yeah, we don't... Since Crrool hasn't entered the Dark World yet, we don't know which dungeons will be Crystal 5 and 6. Because Crystal 5 and 6 actually...
we know Hera is one of them.
Was it?
Yeah, Hera is one of them.
Ah, then I missed that one. So Hera is either 5 or 6, and as soon as we find the other one, Crrool will be able to check the pyramid as well. The pyramid fairy has 2 chests as well, which may contain very good items, which they can also contain very, well...
Ooh, Samaria.
Boy, oh boy. That's...
So, the desert ledge is one of those items that you can either walk all the way through desert, then go there. You can use the flute, Titansmiths, and mirror to get it really quickly, but we don't have either of those 3.
So...
or you can just peek over there real quick and see if it's useful.
Yeah, generally, you know, I tend to have seeds with a lot of money there or something, or a piece of heart. But apparently, your luck is a bit better, and the game gave you Samaria. A key. Okay.
Small key. So there's 2 things that can be on the lantern, so to speak. That can be a big deal. There's the big key and there's a small key. In every other case, I don't really care too much. If it's the item, I can come back for it. If it's not, then whatever.
Mirror.
Ooh, now that is interesting. That opens up a lot right now.
Yep, definitely. Because now the Tower of Hera is also accessible.
Yeah, we're gonna get Samaria real quick.
If I were you, I'd check... I think the pyramid or the torch will have...
The torch is guaranteed to be the big key at this point.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, for this dungeon it is. Because I've heard that, for example, for Skull Woods, the big chest can actually hold the big key.
Yeah, but you need it to get to the boss.
Oh, yeah.
You can't skip it here, so by definition, the
Yeah.
torch has to have the big key.
Yep.
So I'm picking up Samaria in the hopes that I don't have to return here. But we're doing Tower of Hera next, then.
Yeah, I guess, because that's the next crystal. It also holds 2 items, so, you know, it'd be quite stupid to not do that. So, luckily, Crrool already went up the mountain, so he can now spawn on top of the mountain. Sadly enough, no boots yet, so no swaggy super speed strats.
Yeah, so far we're still bootless.
I hope we do find them rather quickly, to be honest. 'Cause
Same. But yeah, they could be anywhere.
and with if you'd manage to find the hammer in Tower of Hera, the entire right side of the
Yeah, either hammer or hook shot would open up the rest of this
and
place.
maybe I shouldn't tell you this, but you could check the tablet as well.
I know.
Yeah, I was like, maybe he forgot.
I know, I can check it.
So
Okay, so 6 is on ice and Skullwoods is the other pendant.
So the tracker should be updated again for you guys. Crrool skipping that $20.
I mean, we have more money than I could ever need in this seed anyway,
Well,
so
technically you could buy a lot of potions.
I could, but I'm Tempered Sword, Blue Mail, Silver Arrows, and 9 hearts already.
Yeah,
I'll be okay.
You're fine. So yeah, Tower of Hera contains one of the most annoying bosses in the entire game.
Yeah, the appropriately named Trolldorm.
Yeah. The game developers named him Moldorm, but the community decided that Trolldorm was a way better name for them. The guy is famous for, well, dropping people off near the last hit and stuff. He's just annoying in general. Crrool finding the burrito and the big key so far, so... Well, let's pray that you don't have to go to the basement, buddy.
I mean, it gives me a little bit of a
It's
toilet
a break,
It's
yeah.
a nice little toilet break. Not that I'd need to use that, but you
yeah.
know, for the sake of the argument.
Yeah, I remember during our race at Annual that that was the moment I could finally drink a little bit of water,
Yeah,
which was
definitely.
very nice. But yeah.
So there is a bomb jump here coming up, but considering I don't have the boots, I don't like going for it.
Yeah, with boots it's a lot easier. Small key. Well, let's pray.
We'll see what happens. I don't mind going into the basement. If we have to, we have to.
Yeah. By the way, your sister just renamed Trolldorm to Bouncy Snack.
That works.
She's not wrong, you know.
She's not wrong. There's a bee in a bottle.
A bee not the bees.
That's potentially useful.
That gives you a second bottle. Not that that's really that big, but
second bottle, and it gives me a weapon for Moth Kipo.
oh yeah.
I'm not gonna use it on there, but
No, you should use it on blind.
if we have the time for it, I might use it somewhere else. Though I've got a place in mind.
Ooh,
So this is Trolldorm.
this is you know, the most annoying boss in the entire video game history.
Oh, crap!
And this is the reason
this is
why
why.
nobody likes this guy. There's absolutely no one that actually likes this boss.
You never know. There could be people.
Yeah, people like Andy or something who just swag around the sides as well. Like, you know, I'm gonna hover. There is a thing though that if you hold out your sword and you know you get
There we
pushed
go.
off, you can actually walk back on. And that's gonna be...
That's our second item.
Yep, so the basement will hold the compass. Crrool does not go back.
And I will be going for Aghanim.
Are you sure? Well, that's all options you have left.
I was
though.
about to say, that's about what I have left.
Yeah, now that you say. That's all you have left.
That's about where my options end. So let's go.
So yeah, that's your Dark World access.
So, yeah, Aghanim.
Fun fact. Oh, fun fact, by the way, and people might know this already, but one does not require a sword to beat Aghanim.
Oh no, you don't.
one could also use the bug catching net to bounce back the
I
lightning
would have
balls.
used it if we had it, but I
Yeah.
might use it on Aga too.
Yeah, you
If,
know.
again, if we have the time for it, of
And
course.
if we actually found the net, because,
And if we find it.
you
'Cause
know,
it can be literally everywhere.
yep, it's one of those items that doesn't actually lock anything. But for randos, in order to go to Aghanim, you'd normally need the Master Sword. But you could also use the cape. If you have the cape, you can just walk right past the laser that Crrool just tried to hug for some reason.
Hugging is nice. We here at BSG love our BSG hugs.
I know, like, I do love them hugs, but,
So
you know,
yeah.
hugging laser beams, you of all people should know that's not a smart move.
So yeah, Aghanim's Tower, or the Castle Tower as it's usually referred to, not really a particularly interesting dungeon. It's just where we go from room to room. In some rooms we have to kill some stuff. This is like the biggest room, honestly.
Some of the rooms are just annoying to go through. Like, no one likes to go for Aghanim because of, you know, the lengthy walk with no items and no actual value.
Yeah,
Then again,
there's no items in here, so it's all just walking.
It's walking and fighting and more walking. But given that you have silver arrows, you know, most of the guards are super easy. You have tempered, so...
I was about to say I have tempered. Tempered in and of itself is more than enough to make this
Yeah.
free.
Well, the red guards are kind of annoying still. I think they take like 2 hits or so with tempered, so one silver arrow to the face is more effective.
Yeah, we've got this. Don't worry. This is really easy.
So yeah. Good thing though, because if you defeat Aghanim, you cannot forget the item on the pyramid, which, you know, in the past has been the item that actually, you know, I forgot, and Crrool as well, and then we got stuck.
That's way back when, though.
Yeah, that was, what was it? V18 or something?
No, way before that.
Like, it was one of the earliest
It
versions.
was when we started, like back in V6 or 7 or what was
Yes, insanity. Like, by now we're on V29. Like, they've
Yeah.
changed so many things.
Yeah, both me and Zeta, by the way, being the one on commentary right now.
Hi. People can't see me, so hi.
But yeah, we've been running since way back when.
Yep. It's been a long time. But yeah, I also like it. Crrool didn't opt to go for it, but you know, they made it so that you can use different sprites.
Yeah, so usually, like, and that with usually I mean every other time that isn't today, I would be playing as Frog.
Yep.
But for the sake of this being a marathon, I figured I'd play with the vanilla sprite.
Yeah. Aghanim, you know, being one of the biggest scrolls as well in the game, he can opt to shoot normal light balls at you, which you can bounce back. He can also go for blue balls, which are quite a bit more annoying, and every 5th attack of him will be his, you know, I call it laser beam of doom. After that, he'll always send a light ball, so Crrool will now hit him for the 5th time, and this is potentially a very nice 2-cycle.
Perfect fight.
This is about as perfect as you want this, this to be.
It's a really easy fight, by the way. Whether it's perfect or not is pure RNG.
Yeah,
But
it's
it was
an
a perfect
easy
fight. It was a perfect fight, though.
It's an easy fight, but you know the RNG might be annoying. More
It's
money.
Not there. That means 2 options. It's either Palace of Darkness.
Oh boy.
Or it's on the Catfish. I think we're gonna go Palace of Darkness first in this situation.
Yeah, Palace of Darkness being a dungeon that holds 5 items.
Yeah, it's 5 items, and it's mostly clearable.
And it's the green pendant as well, so...
Yeah, and it's a pendant dungeon, so I don't actually have to do
You
the
don't
entire
have
thing.
to clear it, but it being the green pendant, it might...
I do want to say, though, that means that the gloves are still locked by the logic. Well, we know, no. Technically, yeah, Zora is locked there. And that also means that... As of right now, the gloves and everything on the mountain and Moldorm are all not in logic yet,
So
as well as Catfish for that matter.
yeah. So basically, Crrool BSG borked the game.
Yeah, we've still got a decent chunk of the sequence that we've done that is not yet within the logic.
Nah,
The mirror was in logic, though. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the mirror was in logic.
Yeah, Yume is telling us that it can be Catfish because that's technically not in logic.
I mean, that doesn't mean there can't be progression there, but
Definitely.
now it is.
What? Wait, what?
I just found the flippers.
Yay, flippers.
That means that everything that we've already done has now become in logic.
Yeah, it's now in logic, but Crrool already finished it because, you know, that's how Crrool rolls.
So that means there's one more item that we need to find.
Crrool not finding a small key means that he has to do the right side of pod, which in this case is not even that bad because it contains two chests.
I was going to do it regardless, just means I do it a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Ideally, I'd like to route it in such a way that I can do it after checking the big key chest.
Yeah, that's generally what one would want.
That's the fastest option.
Oh
oops.
god, those creatures are called mimics, and they will, well, mimic your movement, but in the other direction. So if you move to the right, they move to the left. And Crrool just passed a nice elevator room. I hate those rooms without boots because
yeah,
they are
that
slow.
one without boots is kind of annoying. In general, those hellways are,
Yep.
but
And the big key. Ooh. So Crrool now going through the middle door, and let's see what he'll find. So far, it's a cool dungeon.
one item so far, which is nice. And
Yeah.
it does, like I said, it does put the gloves in the logic, which means that by logic at least, Aghanim was required.
So Crrool going for the backside first. That is generally the faster way, I think.
Yeah, it's the highest item density back here. There is a lot of items here, and I mean like a lot.
Crrool just, you know, walking over the bridge and continuing his adventure into the dungeon. People tend, well, higher skilled runners tend to do a bomb jump there.
Yeah, you can do it, but
it's a double pixel perfect bomb jump. They are not fun. Regular bomb jumps are not easy to do, but, you know.
So we're now at 2 items.
And we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chests left.
So I need to check this one because
It's probably gonna be a key.
likely.
That was kind of, with the amount of keys that you had, it had to be a key.
No, there was one other way.
Oh yeah, you could have gone here first.
There was a but there was a potential for another place to have a key,
Oh yeah.
and this would give me the information whether that was the case or not. That's why I wanted to do it early.
Yeah. Smart move. And red mail,
Mail? Okay.
making this seat even more free. I still don't understand why they went for, what was it, pink hair?
It's whatever.
It's. I think it was due to technical limitations on the hardware at the time. So color palettes were, ooh, magic powder. That is not a bad find. With that,
We have everything we can get now.
no, you forgot 2 chests.
Yeah, both are guaranteed to be a key. Oh wait, I didn't need to mirror though. Actually, this can work.
Oh yeah, both are a key indeed.
Yeah,
So that means that Helmasar does contain the last item in the dungeon.
it does, yes.
I would have opted to actually go for it, but then again, you could check Hobo now.
I don't have the hammer.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't
that's-
go there.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I know my logic, Zeta.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I am not fully awake, I guess. So Crrool now, with the flippers, Crrool can now check the Hobo, as we call him. Ooh, Titan mitts on Helia Island.
Okay. This is actually mean.
Hey, it's the seed Yume gave you. What did you expect?
Of course, of course. That was to be expected, but...
Some sort of meme should have happened. Come on. But, you know, the guy under the bridge, we call him the hobo.
Yeah, this is the only thing that I could have sequence broken that I didn't check.
This is one of those item spots that
Okay, it
generally...
wouldn't have mattered.
You generally just forget about it as well if you don't do it right away. At least that's what...
So we're gonna go to this place
and then
and get the Titan's mitts. This is mean.
You know what's even worse? You can't get the Titan mitts yet.
Yes, I can.
Can you? Okay. Oh wait, you can go all the way...
I can swim.
Can you go all the way around?
Yep.
So Crrool going for the Titan mitts. Smart move, honestly, because, you know, Titan mitts are pretty nice.
The Titan mitts will give me access to the rest of the Dark World.
Yep. With that, you can access the Dark World in Kakariko. And...
Yeah, a lot is about to open up for us.
Yep, and Dark World Kakariko, you know, otherwise known as Thieves Town, holds quite a bit of items. I kind of forgot about those stairs. I thought you couldn't jump down here, so I was like, how are you going to reach?
That's Light World.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, but it's Light World that you're thinking about.
Yeah. Mixing up Dark and Light Worlds feels bad. So, yeah, Crrool picking up those Titan mitts, and that will actually open up quite a bit of locations for him. And, yeah. I think Crrool is going to go to Thieves Town. Or the Village of Outcasts.
Village of Outcasts,
That's the actual correct name. And in the meantime, Crrool, while you're making your way...
Go ahead.
We have a €3 donation by Paulister saying, I never understand how to run through a rando, but it's always fun to watch someone else do it. Good luck, Crrool. Put this money towards a furry speedrun mode. So yeah. Thank you, Paulister, and yeah, we like speedruns, so a speedrun mode in a game, that should be good, right?
I'd imagine so.
Yeah. So, yeah, with that, those Titan mitts, Crrool can now lift those heavy, dark-colored blocks.
And that'll give me access to this part of the Dark World. And this is a part that we haven't really been to yet. Lots of value around here.
Yep.
So I've got two options, realistically. I can make my way around the overworld first, check the bunch of stuff in the hopes of finding the boots, or I can go into Thieves Town, which is a required thing anyway, but...
there might be one chest locked behind the hammer.
There might be one chest locked, and it's a lot faster with the boots, or at least a lot easier with the boots.
Then again, the boots might be in there.
The boots could also be in there, that's the other part.
So
right now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to check a few places. I'm going to traverse the overworld first, check a bunch of items. We're going to go to Hype Cave, which I still faithfully believe in Hype Caves.
You're the only one.
I'm pretty much the only one, but I was not wrong in my Bombs Lanmola seed, where it had like the bow and Samaria and something else.
And that seed.
Fair, but hey. It's one of those things, you know, I just
are you going to bring home our trusty blacksmith?
Of course, I have the mirror.
Yeah, so what was his name again?
I don't even know.
Because I know that the lunchbox that you'll be able to pick up afterwards is Gary's. But yeah.
I should have done digging game first, actually. That would have been slightly better, but...
Yeah. Actually, it's...
minor change.
You know, digging game doesn't take too long to do later on.
You'd be surprised. It's one of those locations you can very easily skip, actually.
Yeah, that is a thing. I remember that being a thing in some of the tournament matches as well. So Crrool heading out and heading back in. Now he's able to get the item, and it's some bombs.
So I'm actually not going to get the lunchbox, I think.
Are you gonna go for the
let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah. And this is not an actual sequence break, but it's I think it's a small oversight or something.
I mean, you're not really intended to be able to even get there before you have the hammer.
Yeah.
Like you get the mirror, or you get the hammer before you can get to that position. So you can't sequence break that.
No. And it's 50 rupees. Well,
it was worth a shot. So
yeah.
So as a result, right now I cannot do the. Get over here, little chest. I cannot do the digging game.
Yeah, digging game is not allowed to be done while you have a companion behind you.
Though, come to think of it, let me do this smart.
Yeah, because your mirror being locked behind there.
Yeah, with the mirror spot locked, this is the faster way to do it.
And then, you just go back to the Dark World afterwards and actually complete the Overworld tour. Because I like myself some Overworld tours. So, remember that I spoke about those sprites? Well, the chest that's now following Crrool is one of them. You can beat the chest.
You can actually be the chest, and that's not just me being all philosophical and whatnot.
They actually made it that, but there's also Invisible Link, Luigi, Mario, Minish Cap Link.
Sank is better.
Yeah, Sank is better.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sprites. They took a lot of sprites from other SNES games as well, like Secret of Mana, because Popoy is in there. The main character from Illusion of Gaia, a game run by Crrool's sister, is in there. Will, his name is, I think.
Yeah, Will.
There's so many sprites, and they keep on adding them. There's, Kirby, which I've used during Annual. Frog, which Crrool uses a lot. They even added a Pokemon in there, because you can play as Decidueye. The final evolution of Rowlet.
And as Pikachu.
Oh, by now you can also play as Pikachu. You can play as a Boo. As a Cat Boo as well, though. And cats are adorable.
Gotta love Cat Boo. Anyway, as we're now returning to the Dark World, we've got a lot of stuff that we can do.
Yeah. What's up first?
We're gonna first head down towards the digging game, which is a pretty interesting one. Normally, it's just impossible. Okay, let's just all agree you should never do digging game casually unless you want to actually 100% the game. It's horrible in every way. But in the randomizer, it's a you get it between you get the item between your first and I believe 30th dig.
So it can either be the first one or the 30th one. People, you might place your bets on this. I'm kind of curious what people think you'll get.
We'll get it. It's too late. It's too late. We'll get it. See, we'll play the betting game later on with. It's the fifth one.
The fifth one, not bad.
Fifth is nice. Early is nice. So now that that's done, we've got the Haunted Grove and a cave south of Haunted Grove, which is where we can find 2 more items, and then we're going to make our way to Hype Cave and then potentially the Bombos tablet.
Yeah, some people in chat actually got in some bets before that. And they were off by quite a bit, because 15th and 13th dig. If it's the 5th... Ooh, and there's the final...
Don't mind if I do. There's the Butter Sword.
It's the golden sword in the actual game. They call it the golden sword, but, you know...
we like to refer to this as butter, because it looks like butter. Like, it looks like a literal stick of butter, and it cuts through enemies as if you were cutting through butter.
So, yeah, that's a thing.
It's fantastic. This weapon is absolutely amazing.
Another capacity upgrade. People might remember capacity upgrades from playing this casually. They used to cost, a literal ton of rupees.
Yeah, you'd literally have to sell your soul in order to get everything.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
Back in the days when the randos were new, they didn't add them to the item pool, which limited a lot of items, but nowadays they changed that up and we can get them. And Crrool now going into the Hype Cave. Will this be the hypest of Hype Caves?
I'm betting at least some level of hype.
20 rupees, not hype. The arrows, not hype. Heart, not hype. Nope.
very hype cave. Fantastic. Love it.
I am very disappointed by this hype cave.
How are you disappointed at this? That was amazing.
It's 40 rupees, some arrow upgrade, and a heart.
Yeah, that's amazing. You are
fair.
You are gravely misguided, my friend.
I always think that, you know, those items do not matter that much.
Yeah, no, you're wrong. You're just wrong.
But apparently hearts matter to Crrool, and 40 rupees as well.
It's the arrow capacity upgrade, dude.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what it's all about.
Oh yeah, because in the end, you know,
we need them arrows.
But then again, also you still need to find the single mightiest arrow in the game.
I will get it. It's gonna be in validation chest.
Oh, definitely. That would be the best place for it to be. So this this run so far, lots of money, lots of hearts,
a whole lot of nothing, really,
and more nothing. I guess the game is telling you that Thieves Town is now the way to go, unless, of course, you're feeling freaky today and you're gonna go Skullwoods first. It's an option.
I'll stay quiet. How about you just start plugging the what we're doing here and whatnot?
Yeah, let's do that while you make your way again. You know, you are still watching the BSG marathon, and we are a speedrunning marathon that's held in the Netherlands. We raise money for the Dutch Cancer Society. That's a charity organization that strives for less cancer, more curing, a better quality of life for those battling the disease. And 90% of your donations will go directly towards them. And yeah, the other 10%, you know, will help improve our quality of stream. Because I heard you guys like quality streams.
Yeah, something about not having a BSG Bork for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, something about that. And, you know, I know you guys like these kind of events. We have BSG Annual coming up from the 19th till the 25th of August. And that's a week-long BSG. So lots of runs, lots of cool people, lots of cool things to do. So submissions close within a week on the 6th of May. So if you still plan to go there and want to show off some of your speed games, get those submissions in. And Crrool now in Thieves Town, I see. Not. Did you find anything useful yet?
No, the map and the big key.
Eh.
The big key is guaranteed to be in one of the first 4 chests, and the map, not what I'm hoping to see. So I'm kind of hoping to see either the compass or the small key not making an appearance before we get to the boss.
There's our first shield.
So we got the Fisher Price shield.
Yeah. Followed by a small key.
Ooh, I don't like that. That puts a pretty hefty chance of the big chest having an item.
Yep.
And that's scary.
Especially since you don't have the hammer, and the big chest is the only chest in this entire dungeon locked by the hammer. And as you can see, you know, well-programmed game. Those fire snakes and spinning balls just generate a lot of lag. And if you think this is bad, wait until you see Ice Palace.
Why did I even... I guess I could pick it up in case I find the hammer in here.
Yeah.
I guess that works.
So, yeah. Almost back at the highway to hell. Or Hell's Highway, as people call this as well.
Yeah, this place is just awful.
With the boots, there's a 1 pixel position that you can dash from, you know, the bottom to the top. You know, without the boots, it's just...
yeah. Ideally, boots or hookshot. Hookshot can make it quite a bit easier as well.
Hookshot makes it a lot easier as well, indeed. But, you know, boots are just glorious. I think it's about time that we find those things, because the speed of the seed is not that great, honestly.
Right now, I'm just hoping to just keep finding items.
Yeah, I understand that much.
As long as I don't find the compass, I'm okay.
So yeah, a few dungeons are written in such a logic that, for example, this one, the small key could be in the big chest, I believe.
Yes, it can be.
It's the same with Skullwoods, the big chest containing the big key. you know,
Yeah,
you don't need that item to
Yeah,
complete
the key would lock only its own chest,
Yeah, so...
meaning that by logic, it doesn't make any difference, really. So at this point, by the way, it's a 50-50 chance, because the boss can... actually, no, that's not true. The boss can't have the compass. The boss can't have the small key, so that can sometimes tell you a little bit about where the logic is pushing you, which can be helpful, but...
Yeah. In the normal game, you know, you're on a oh god, the compass.
That's exactly what I didn't want to see there.
So double dip into Thief's Town potentially needed. You know, it's only one chest.
Yeah,
so
it's gonna be a while before I do that, though.
Yep, it's one of those options that you leave out for like a long time because of it. But yeah, the fun part now. Crrool actually, you know, saving a girl, taking it to a room with light, and all of a sudden, this girl transforms into a monster with a pun. Something about a new light bulb being invented, I saw. I didn't really catch it. But yeah.
So yeah, this fight is more or less completely scripted. If you do it perfectly, it's completely scripted.
It is actually completely scripted, I believe.
Yeah, it is, as long as you do it perfectly. But
you know, if you're a scrub like us,
half magic, nice. So yeah, I didn't get the scripted fight, but it was still a really good fight all in all. So that's Thief's Town down, and that leaves, or that's our third crystal out of the way.
Yeah, that's
4 more to go.
3 out of 7, not bad. And half magic will, well, make a lot of things easier. But you know, not that much yet.
Especially in the long term, it can make quite the difference.
So, Crrool going towards Skullwoods and actually, you know, checking some items there, potentially.
Yeah, a lot of people like to do this early, this dungeon. In older logics, this always had big things.
Yep.
Nowadays, not nearly as much, but... Oh.
And by the logic, you know, there's also... whatchamacallit, the first chest in Swamp, which you could check. And I know that you like Swamp Palace.
Yeah, but only the first...
But the first chest is so not worth it.
There, just damage boosted through that mummy there. That's something you can do.
So, yeah.
And then by damage boosting, I mean giving him damage and boosting through that, rather than the other way around.
That works. So...
It's the cool kind of damage boost. So there's item number 1.
Single rupee.
Which means there's only one more chest in the logic that can actually have an item.
And that you can check. And after this, it's going to be a tough spot to know where to go.
I've got a few ideas left still.
Yeah, it's not, you know.
It's not the end of the world. We've got plenty of options left. I'm not too scared of it.
So,
yeah, my menu is definitely looking very empty. The seat hasn't really given me that much yet.
So the room you just passed, if you don't kill any... Oh god, it's a small key. If you don't kill any of the enemies in there, and you just put down the block on top of that, that switch, the so-called wall master will never spawn, because that room is limited to 4 sprites. So, if you find a way to do that. And Crrool going to check the pedestal.
Why not?
Well, we're in the neighborhood, we have the book, we have the...
I know everybody wants this, okay? Everybody wants to see what's on the pedestal.
I still think that a lot of people want this to be a pedestal seat.
Oh, it's the ice rod!
No!
It's the ice rod on the pedestal! Oh, that's amazing.
So, insert not like this emote from Sniper Wave.
That is amazing. The ice rod on the pedestal.
Well... Man, oh man,
Yume, you have done it.
My God. Did it. Oh, God.
This is going to be interesting now. So that means that every dungeon is required.
Yep, we have to do
why did I go this way?
Single dungeon. Pedestal seat. And,
we have a pedestal seat.
Oh, God, why?
I really hope I find those boots soon, because...
yeah, you'll need them.
We're in for a long one at this rate.
Oh boy. I make things freeze. Well, thanks, Yume. Thank you very much.
My boy Yume, the legend.
So yeah, someone in chat is wondering if this is just a really unlucky seed. It's not actually an unlucky seed.
This seed was handpicked by somebody.
Yep, it's handpicked by Yume Tsubasa, who's in chat and who's now claiming that everyone in chat loves him now. And
he's not wrong.
He is not wrong, because I love the guy for doing this.
Oh, he gave me a pedestal seed. To be fair, I did say I didn't mind a fast pedestal seed.
Well, a pedestal seed, a seed where Aghanim is required to go to the Dark World.
This is such
this is
I
everything.
really wonder how this is still a 205 seed, but we're going to try our best to make it work.
Well, you cleared most of the dungeons that you still need to do.
True.
So,
We have done a lot of stuff already.
and given maybe you can go mode Ice Palace, you could potentially go mode
Oh
Swamp.
yeah, if we can go mode a decent few places, then definitely.
Yeah.
It's gonna come down to it though.
You kind of need the Fire Rod at the moment, I'd say.
Fire Rod is a big one, and the flute and the boots.
Flute, Fire Rod, and the boots. Those 3 items are the thing Crrool will be looking for right now. Or the hammer. Because hammer would completely unlock the right side of Death Mountain. And there's Bombos. Ooh, Crrool. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Bombo's Ice Palace?
Yep.
I'm thinking it, but it could still be hookshot locked, so...
No.
It could
no.
be.
There's no... I believe that... it is...
Depending on the key logic, it can be.
No.
I had it literally yesterday.
It can? Because that you can actually bomb jump that.
Yeah, of course, but you do know how tough that bomb jump is, right?
Hey, you're showing off cool stuff, right?
Yeah, no, that's not a bomb jump I can do.
Ah?
It's one of the hardest bomb jumps in the game, please.
Is it harder than the one in Battles of Darkness?
I believe it is, yes.
Oh, wow. Come on. Well, let Catfish have, the answer to all of it. Else, Bombo's Ice Palace is...
Within the realm of possibilities, yes.
Yeah, what else would you actually go to? Because first, yes, Swamp is not really worth it, I guess. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. Let's go Ice Palace.
You should have just, be smart and use the teleporter you were right next to. I saw you mirror. I was like, why is he mirroring? Oh, wait, he's probably going to go for the teleporter, and then he saved and quit out.
I forgot about that one, actually.
Yeah, well, doesn't cost you that much time.
I forgot about it. I was like, I'll mirror, because otherwise I'll be stuck near the pyramid in the Dark World, which doesn't help me.
Yeah. So, yeah, Yume said he was able to get a 2 hours and 10 minutes run of this seed while goofing around. So
that's fair.
He is confident that you can actually,
Yeah, if he can get a 210 with this seed while goofing around a decent amount, then I should definitely be able to. Execution-wise, I'm a little bit better than Yume, so you'd expect that it'd be along those lines.
Yeah, and by now, the logic basically pushed you towards this.
Yeah, the logic is definitely pushing me in a very clear direction.
Unless you want to go for, the chance of Hammer being in the first chest of Swamp. Which can happen. Yeah, okay, with Buttersword doing that strat is quite fast. I myself like to use Bombos here as well, if you're at a lower sword. Especially with Master Sword.
This is faster, though.
Yeah, Tempered and Butter is faster. With Master Sword, Bombos is definitely the faster way to go. Because I believe they take way more hits by then. So,
Oh, yeah, at that point, well, with Tempered, Tempered is the same.
Yeah.
Because a spin attack does the same amount of damage.
But, So, yeah. Crrool now jumping down. And you heard us talk about bomb jumps before. And Crrool is going to show off one of the easier ones of this game. Soon
now
enough.
this bomb jump is only, or it is skippable if you know for a fact that you have to full clear it and want to full clear it. But because there is the potential of it being hookshot locked, I don't know for a fact that it is. So we're going to do this like this.
That looks...
Nah, it was too low.
Oh boy, come on, Crrool. You can do this.
I know, I've been practicing it a fair amount. I'm a pixel too low with Link.
There we go. And with that jump, you damage boost over the gap so that, you know, you can leave the switch the way it is now. Blue blocks down. That will actually make the dungeon somewhat short. Because you could now immediately go for the boss. But that would be a very bad idea.
I don't know. It depends what I find.
You didn't have a small key, do you?
The first chest was a compass.
Hmm.
That's why I said it very much depends on what I find.
So, I predict a small key in the next chest.
Yeah, if this is a small key, that would be ideal, actually.
This gap is bomb jumpable as well, by the way.
I know.
And it's not even hard.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna go for it. But
no, but
it is.
There's your small key.
Yeah, that was to be expected. Had that not been a small key, then this dungeon would have been hookshot locked. Which would mean that I've skipped something weird along the way somewhere. But yeah, if both those first two chests do not contain a small key, there is the potential for that to happen. Right, this is a thing. Kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, you kind of need the hammer for those two chests, so we have to pray that this chest has the hammer and it holds a blue rupee.
No, that doesn't work. Okay, I'm really thinking now.
Go to the drop down in
yeah,
the
no,
hole.
I was gonna do that.
Not that hole. That hole.
Yeah, this one, then down there, grab or steal the key, and then check the iced tea room.
Yeah.
This seed, Yume has given me something, all right.
Yeah. Oh boy, I think he is, Yume. I think he is. Yume just told me that he thinks that you're silently cursing him.
Maybe.
And with
Maybe.
good reason, honestly, with good reason, because, wow.
I asked for something silly like this. I wanted something silly for this run. That's why I was really hoping I could get this, still do this seed.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but Link is actually a magician. He can move through doors.
Houdini,
Doors are not solid.
Houdini's got nothing on me, okay?
I was about to say, man. And now for, you know, some annoying rooms. I dislike this room so much, because ice physics.
I like it with the boots, but without it...
Yeah. Come on. Come on. Oh, boy. Not like this.
That means that the rest is...
The rest is hammer locked.
Hammer or hookshot locked, yeah. Actually, no, just hammer locked.
Yeah, we are hammer locked now. Boy,
yeah,
oh
this
boy.
is the fastest, I think.
So yeah, tell me on what your strategy right now is, because...
Well, realistically, we've got one place to check that I can think of. And
Oh,
you
boy.
know exactly which chest it is.
The first chest in Swamp.
Exactly.
How are you gonna go there? Oh, you're gonna swim?
Yep.
Oh, man.
It was either that or take the Kakariko start. I'm pretty sure this is faster at this point.
Yeah, fair point. Oh boy. Oh boy, Yume, what have you given us, man?
This seed, though.
This seed is something.
This is gonna be a long one.
But wait, that means that hammer is gonna be in the first chest, or did we actually forget?
Or flute.
Or hookshot.
Actually, does this work? This doesn't work.
No. Oh boy.
I have to do the. Okay, I forgot you couldn't do that.
We goofed.
That's on me.
So yeah.
Okay, this is
While
really dumb.
Crrool actually makes his way to Kakariko and all that, you know. Let me talk about some incentives that we have, because as per usual, you know, we have donation incentives for this marathon, and for the run right after this, which is going to be The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening DX. It's a hundo run. And you guys have the power to pick the color of the tunic that, you know, the runner will get. The blue tunic will cut the damage in half, and basically, you know, it ups your defense, I believe. That's about it. Nothing really special. Won't speed up the game whatsoever. The red tunic, on the other hand, will actually make you deal twice as much damage, and therefore make the run, well, faster. Not twice as fast, but a lot faster. So it's up to you guys to decide if you want to have a faster run, or you know, troll the runner a bit.
I think after today, we definitely could go with that faster one. Kappa.
I totally agree on that. Let's be honest. Then there is also for The Last of Us. There's an incentive to pet the giraffe, and that's 48 euros away from being mad. Furry, turning it into speedrun mode, we need about 40 euros for that. And then, you know, the last two donations are Rayman M, the character choice, or the version choice for Yoshi's Story. And the US version versus the Japanese version. And I believe RDV told me that the Japanese version was longer. So if you want more Yoshi's Story, go for the Japanese version. So, hey, Crrool finally making his way to the infamous Swamp Palace, where he can check a grand total of 1 chest. Out of the 6, though, so, you know, that's something.
There's way more than 6 out of the 9.
Yeah, okay. 6 of which will have items in it.
Yeah, but or technically 10, actually.
There's about 10, yeah.
There's 10 chests in there. We can check, well, 2, but we know what's in the first one because that's always a key.
Always holds a small key. And then, yeah, there's the other one. And that's about all you can check. So, by now we sort of know that it can only contain a few items. The flute, the hammer, or the hookshot, I believe. Or maybe the fire rod even. Because fire rod would open up the last item in Skullwoods. Because, you know, why not troll Crrool as much as possible? It's the flute!
Jesus, come on!
Oh, where the hell is my flute?
I needed to mirror. Come on! Really, the flute? I was really hoping for something a little bit better right now. Although
Wow.
the flute is useful, don't get me wrong, but...
Wow, our tracker is a little BSG Borg as well. Because I think I've managed to put the flute up, but the flute is not up. And it's definitely on the end of the tracker, so don't shoot us.
Just the program itself, you mean?
Yeah, the tracker itself is, it's a web link, but, you know.
That's okay.
It's whatever. We know that you have the flute, because you have it equipped right now. And, Crrool, maybe you should sing our national anthem?
Yeah, okay.
Once you free him.
I only know the first 2 lines, though.
Maybe chat can help us.
I am the bird of swag, I cause a little lag. And beyond that, I don't know it. But there is a whole song about this, and it's really cool.
And I see Swag Duck appearing in chat. Yes, this This is our good boy, the swag duck. He'll transport us across the land. And now, a lot of places have opened up.
A whole lot of 3 chests.
Well, true, but
There's really not much that it opens right
hey,
now.
it's a lot of chests, okay?
So yeah, this seed has literally been very trolly. I don't even know where to begin with this one. So that's completable. So Meyer is open to us.
I can't even see on the tracker itself if I actually have the flute there, but it's whatever.
There's
It's
the hook shot.
Yay. And what was the other one? Nothing of
Just
importance.
arrow capacity.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, those are important, remember?
So beyond this, I'm gonna flute to the mountain.
Yay.
Because there is a lot of items there. I'm not checking Meyer yet. I want to, at this point, we kind of have to start considering being able to go mode dungeons.
Yeah. So, in the meantime, we're trying to fix the tracker, but...
No boomerang. It's the objectively superior boomerang, but I don't care.
It's the less laggy boomerang of the two. Now... So, back onto Death Mountain, and now that we have the hookshot, the entirety of the right side is open, and with that, I don't know how many chests, but a lot.
There's a lot of items here. There's 7...
Let me count. There's
8 in the light world, and another 6 in the dark world, I believe.
And then the item on the island.
I counted that as... Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot Swirly Cave.
Yeah, so... A lot of items. And we may see which medallion is needed to open the best dungeon of them all. You know, the one that I call triple dip on.
Yeah, I imagine we're not going to be triple dipping that, though, because by the time we get there, we've already checked the Master Sword pedestal.
So, yeah, Crrool, first 2 chests, not containing that much of value. But I expect a lot of great items to show up from now on, because how else is this going to be a 2-hour seed?
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder that as is.
In before, you know, you may accidentally send the wrong one.
Kane O'Brien, of course.
Hey, finally, your best friend.
Actually, I think we just go down here, take the portal.
I was about to say go Dark World and then continue.
So what do we even need for go mode still? The hammer?
Both rods, the hammer, potentially last medallion.
The ice rod, we know where it is, so I'm not counting that.
Okay, so fire rod, hammer, and maybe a medallion, and that's it. As far as I can see. Oh, and the boots.
And the boots.
And the boots. The boots are very important.
Boots, fire rod, and...
yeah, boots, fire rod,
and hammer.
So 3 items out of all those chests. Sounds doable.
So I'm going to do a bit of a block clip here.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah.
Doesn't save a whole lot of time, but it's a little bit faster. Also, now that we have the hookshot in hand, I can use that for a little bit easier time on my movement.
It does speed it up a little. Not a lot. More money, because we definitely needed that. And more money. Oh man, lots of money. So, Crrool now heading up on top of the Dark Death Mountain. He'll go into Hookshot Cave after he checked Turtle Rock, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was planning.
So, please, Turtle Rock, be one of the medallions that we have. And it is
Quake. So at least we get a little bit of a thing there. Let's see what's on the ledge here. The 10 bombs. There's one item since V29 where they just added the 10 bombs. That's the set you'd get from Uncle if you have a bomb start.
Well, let's see. It's the bug catching net.
Yeah, don't expect a bug catching net, Aghanim. There's the hammer.
So, yeah, with hammer, we now are able to get the last chest in Thieves Town, we can get the last item in...
I imagine, though, if Yume got a 210, that he didn't have to do that. So we're going to go...
Swirly Cave into Palace of Darkness, I'd say.
Yeah, I think that's smart, yeah.
And Palace of Darkness only containing one more chest, or at least one more item, which is on the boss, probably.
Yeah, we know where the last item in pod is. We know there is an item in there still.
And it is also the green pendant, giving you, you know, the item from our good friend Shahajima thingy. So, yeah, you know. By now, let's pray for, well, more items instead of hearts. By the way, did you actually check what Meyer was?
Yeah, bombos.
Bombo. So we don't need another...
Now, we have all the medallions we need at this point.
All the medallions that we need are, you know, are good. So basically, we only need the fire rod and the boots to be able to complete the entire seed.
Yeah, since we have hammer now, fire rod and boots.
Because we know where ice rod is. So, you know, we're getting close to the famous go mode.
About time. To be fair, like once you are in go mode, it becomes really easy to start clearing dungeons. Like you just do them in rapid succession, most of them taking like a handful of minutes.
Crrool?
Ah?
You may just told me that you wrote it a bit different than he expected you to do. So this might go to 20-ish.
Ooh. We'll see what we do by the end.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
I need one of the keys from down here, though.
Yeah, you need to... Fun fact, you only need to get this one.
Yeah, I know.
I've seen people, you know, actually go for the other chests as well. So, you know, you open a locked door with a key to get a key. Not really worth it, I'd say.
Nah, but we'll see what happens. By the time you can enter GT, you know that it's basically done. So we'll see by that point whether we... Or we'll see what we do.
Yeah, well, by now, Crrool has made his way halfway past the dungeon again, I guess. You can hammer those things down and then immediately go towards the boss. Should be the last item. I really hope for boots or fire rod now. And not some trolley, more trolley stuff. So yeah, we have to wait for the wall to completely move here to show us a beautiful staircase. Oh god, people really want this seed to troll you even more.
I think we've had plenty of trolling by this point.
Can we now get a straightforward, you know, very nice seed instead of now getting things like tile room big key?
Oh, they're hoping for a tile room big key on top of already requiring everything we've done?
Yep.
Wow.
Chat is being mean. Come on, guys. We have a pedestal seed here.
We've got a pedestal seed.
That's
an Aghanim required pedestal seed. That's about
it. Oh, wait. Maybe I should mark that you've defeated Aghanim.
Yeah, maybe you should.
Not that it matters, but hey.
So yeah, this is just a matter of a bunch of hammer slashes. One silver arrow would kill this, which I could go for if I wanted to. But because we have butter sword, it's not worth it because it's 2 slashes with butter.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Or a spin, but hey, spins are hard to hit on him. And with that, Crrool manages to defeat the Helmasaur King and obtain the final item of this dungeon, being the red rupee.
Single rupee.
Single rupee even.
Single rupee.
Wow.
Let's check Shahajrala.
Yep. I really hope that's it, else there's one option I have left in my mind. Oh well, actually two.
I think after this we do...
The rest of ice?
I'm tempted to say no.
I think the rest of ice is faster than going for that one final chest in Thieves.
I was thinking swamp.
Fair. That's also up. And there's the magic cape.
Did I ever check what was on the ledge?
Yes, it was a heart piece.
Okay.
So, swamp hype it is. Crrool going into his favorite dungeon of this game.
Not going left side, though.
Ooh, opting to skip left side.
I mean...
Ballsy play there, buddy.
We need to make up time somehow.
But we also still need the boots and the fire rod.
I know. There's still a bunch of items that I can quickly check.
So, yeah. Crrool now going towards Swamp Palace, being able to finally finish the rest of it. And it still contains 5 items. Not to say that they're all useful, but at least there are still 5 items. And this is an annoying part of the randomizer, I think. Having to redo the water again. That's in the vanilla game as well. The only thing it is not in is, I believe, the entrance shuffle.
Yeah, in entrance shuffle they took that out because doing this with entrance shuffle would make it basically impossible.
Yeah. So yeah, there we go. Swamp Palace. Lots of swimming. Coming up. And without the boots, this room becomes a lot harder, I see.
Yeah, boots are a godsend usually. And
before boots are, hidden very well.
Well, they already are.
We are only like 1.5 hours in, come on.
Yeah, I usually like to be in go mode right about now.
Yeah, I know.
But it's okay, we'll make it work somehow.
Of course. And this is where we needed that hammer. This is the only place you needed the hammer in this dungeon. So, Crrool already told us he's not gonna go for the left side. Which, it only contains like 2 chests.
Unless Yume tells me right now that has like either fire rod or boots, I'm definitely not. We need, like I said, we need to make time somewhere, and it's 1.5 minutes, so.
Yeah. So, yeah. Not going for that left side. It's a ballsy play, but we need to make up a little bit of time. Oh, mouse cursor just too high. I almost marked off that you killed Argus, which, well, you clearly did not.
Well, I'll soon have that done.
Fair.
Don't worry, shouldn't take too much longer.
Well, Yume just told me that he had the boots around the 140 mark. And, you took a different route, so...
We'll see.
Oh boy.
Boots, go mode item, Kipo?
In before that's actually a thing. I really wish for you to not have that happen, but hey.
Wouldn't be surprised anymore at this point.
So, Crrool has about 2 more item locations to go in here, but still 3 items.
Yeah, we won't find at least one thing.
Oh boy.
After this, we're gonna do ice. We're gonna finish that up.
Yeah. And then at least, you know, he'll have 2 more crystals done, leaving him with 2 more crystals and 2 more pendants to go.
Plus, it unlocks the big one, and I can do Meyer still, which is also 2 items.
Yeah. That's a thing. The big bomb is still an optional place for, like, 2 chests. And indeed, we now have the stuff for Meyer, so...
Oh, I already had it. I just prefer go-moding Meyer.
Eh.
And I've had the stuff for Meyer since our first dip into desert, pretty much, as soon as I got the flute, at least.
So you should actually have gone into Meyer if... Oh, man. If the boots are in there, I'm gonna...
I still don't disagree with the play I made.
No,
here.
the route you took was pretty solid. It's
Okay, there's the last item. So there's 1 item that I'm going to leave behind here. That's Argus done.
Argus done.
Okay, back into ice. Let's clear out this thing.
Yay. Man, I remember that I really, really disliked Ice Palace as a kid. And I still dislike it though, because of the ice physics.
So this time around, I'm not going to have to do the bomb jump. I have everything, or I need to clear the rest out anyway.
So yeah.
Basically the same as what we did before.
Yep, besides we're not bomb jumping this time. No need to. Oh boy.
Had an early morning today, Zeta.
Yeah. And a bad night of sleep, so...
Ah, yeah, that'll do it.
But you know, being here at BSG, it's always great fun.
It's always good fun.
There is a thread in this room, by the way, where you kill both of the skeletons with 1 bomb.
Yeah, I always mess it up, though. That's why I don't do it yet.
Eh.
It's supposedly really easy, but for some reason I just can't seem to get it.
Yeah, well, if you can't get it, then no need to try it, I guess. Just go for the safer way now. We are gonna bomb jump?
No. It's about to. It's just muscle memory to hit that switch. But at this point, since we need to full clear the rest, it's not worth it. Oh, let's not fall down.
But boy, oh boy, this has been quite some seed.
This has been the seed, dude.
Oh man.
I mean, when asking around for a seat, the main reason I was asking around is I want something that has at least a little bit of fun that we can have, you know, because that's always good.
Yeah.
And then something that isn't gonna put me 45 minutes underestimate, because that's what I'm generally more afraid of.
Or over.
Or over. Although with this seed, that, you know.
Over has happened.
Over will happen.
Well, probably, yeah.
We'll see when we cut it off. We might cut it earlier.
There's one or the other.
Depends a little bit on how far we're currently behind schedule.
We still have the setup buffer that we could technically remove, so, you know.
Wait, that hadn't been removed yet?
No, it was cut in half.
Oh, right.
So we have some leeway.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
So you just found the big key, so you can now finally open up that big key, other big chest.
Yeah, which is now guaranteed to have an item for me.
Is
There's two items left.
No, there's one left.
Is there one left?
Yes.
Oh.
One chest you picked up was rupees.
Ah, right. The 5 rupee chest. I remember now.
You remember. So, yeah, the big chest could hold an item, but it could also hold another small key or something.
Small keys we're done with, I'm pretty sure.
Another not useful item.
No.
The burrito. I was about to think, like, maybe the burrito, and then, you know, the burrito happened. And since we have the Cane of Samaria, we don't need a block down there.
Now that allows us to just walk over here, which, if you full clear the dungeon, is generally better.
Yeah, the vanilla way of doing it is actually, you know, going down here, go to the right side, then go all the way around to return to the left side of the room, drop the block, jump down, and then, you know, push the block on top of the switch, and ta-da. But, you know. So, yeah, Cold Stare. This boss fight can be the laggiest one of all. Because as soon as that thing is out of his ice cube, you know, you can... It starts lagging a little. It's worse on the PAL version though. If you for some reason in the rando would opt to use the Cane of Brian in here, the lag is insane.
There's Fire Rod.
And there is our first of 2 rods. And with that, the option for Mafiola has become available.
Yep, which is what we're gonna do next.
You're not gonna check the pyramid chests first?
Nope.
Okay. Well, it's a sensible play.
I think it's a misplay to do the pyramid chests right now in this position.
In this position, it's better to just go and get.
I mean, we've got 25 minutes technically left, so. Granted, it's a pyramid seed. Granted, there has been a lot of trolliness. Granted, or
at
a
some
pedestal
point,
seed,
you know.
And granted, like it's kind of a thing. You always got to try and predict how the other person is going to play. And like I said, generally, Yume and me have a relatively similar style of playing.
Yep. Apparently, you know, your routing was slightly different from his, and therefore, you know.
Yeah, it can make a massive difference sometimes.
And I still agreed with your routing. Like, there is nothing weird about how you did it. But, yeah. Boots are gonna be the go mode item.
You gotta love it when your boots are a go mode item.
I don't know if I love it anymore. By now, I'm kinda, you know... This is one of those seats where crying is a sensible option. Just cry.
So yeah, we're gonna make this dungeon a really quick one and a really fun one, shall we? Let's do some cool things.
Yeah, get rid of the moth.
This isn't my last pendant, is it?
No.
Oh no, desert.
Desert is the other one, but you still need boots for that.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't.
So, yeah.
It's really not much to say about this dungeon. It's pretty straightforward.
You still needed one item from here, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping for it to be on the boss.
Yeah, let's hope it's on the boss. If it's not, then, you know, that's not that big of a deal.
No, but if the boots are on the boss here, that'd be fantastic for me. So the thing about this boss is if you hit him into the spikes, he actually doesn't take any damage. So you always have to be a bit careful with that.
And with that, the moth has been defeated, giving you the big key.
Not quite what I wanted.
No, not really what we were looking for, right? But, yeah, in terms of items, we can still get 2 shield upgrades. We can get the mushroom, the boots, and one of the medallions. That's about all the things that are left, I believe. I can hardly even see what this is supposed to be. It's nothing, it seems. It's probably a go mode button or something.
Probably. It looks like it.
And the burrito! Oh boy.
It's in the big chest.
It's in the big chest, but of course.
This is something else.
Yep. This has been one hell of a seed.
Well, I guess for those that like Link to the Past randomizers,
I like A Link to the Past. I like randomizers, but you know, by now I'm like.
well, watching them at least. If you like
Yeah.
watching them, this is your kind of seed.
Yep, but still, by now I'm at the point that's like I really not, you know, mind finding the boots now. So you can actually go mode all other things.
Yeah, I mean, if the boots are in the big chest, that'd be really cool, because then at least we can finish it, like, very quickly from there.
Yeah.
T-Rock is a pretty big one. That'll take me a little while.
But not having to check everything in there.
Yeah, and not needing to... Oh, whoops. Not needing to worry about Meyer items, because Meyer is really quick if you find the big key quickly.
Yeah. Oh boy. So yeah, what is the next sensible play now?
Meyer.
Meyer having 2 items. We have 1 item left in Swamp. We have 1 item left in Thieves' Town.
Meyer,
even have
Meyer is the next play.
Yeah, Crrool will go to Meyer. So, but boy oh boy. Oh god, I just realized a double dip into Turtle Rock is still possible.
It is.
That would be quite a thing. Because there's still quite a few chests that are, you know, checkable in, well, basically you can check every chest in Turtle Rock. You just can't defeat the boss. So yeah, Meyer. What's to say about this dungeon?
This dungeon is big, and it's annoying, and it's painful.
Yep, all of it.
And you really don't want to have to go in here, let alone double dip it or something, which has happened before as well. It's not a whole lot of items that you actually need to be able to get in here, as it's only the medallion.
You need the medallion?
The medallion,
boots or hookshot?
Or hookshot, but usually you'll be able to get at least one of those 2.
And then to complete it, you need Samaria as well.
Yes.
And that's about it.
So yeah, it's a very accessible dungeon. Well, you also need the flute and the Titan's mitts in order to be able to access it. So I guess there's a decent few requirements beforehand, but there's item number 1.
Not really what we were looking for, to be honest.
If the boots are not in here, Zeta, I'll ask you to actually ask Yume where the boots are for the sake of the schedule.
Yeah. So Yume, if you're in there, you could just whisper it to me already, on you know which account.
So at this point, just for the sake of the schedule, that might be the smarter thing here.
I'll I'll get the message. I'll not spoil it for you yet.
That works.
Oh boy. So after this run, I definitely need some energy, because oh boy, am I tired.
It definitely sounds like it. Jeez, Zeta.
But yeah, usually I'm full of.
Okay, you can tell me.
Let me quickly check, because he sent it to me on Discord apparently.
Just for the this is so normally this wouldn't be a thing, but for the sake of the schedule, because otherwise I might have to check a lot more still.
Yeah. So, the reply that Yume gave me was ferry. So I'm assuming that's the pyramid ferry.
Yeah, that's Pyramid Ferry.
That means, you know, you should have listened to me.
I mean, at this point, go moding or getting through dungeons that I knew I had to do was better.
Fair, fair.
I don't disagree with the play.
Nah.
It was just the wrong play.
You made a wrong decision, my friend. But then again, you know,
Like I said, it wasn't
going for you know, the 2 chests at Pyramid Ferry was kind of a risky play.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this wasn't what I did here. Wasn't a bad play. It was just the wrong play. That happens with these kind of runs sometimes, where you just make those mistakes.
So, for people wondering, yes, this will probably go over estimate.
Oh, this is guaranteed to go over.
Unless you go super fast mode, but hey.
With GT and T-Rock?
Eh.
And
Well, GT could be nice to you.
yeah, but even on the first, even if I find first chest big key, GT itself is like a good 10 minutes, plus about 3 to 4 for the fight.
Yeah.
For Ganon, yeah, no.
Ganon is about 2 minutes.
Yeah, fair. I have golden and butter.
I was
or
about...
butter and silvers.
Yeah, you have every single thing to make it fast. Especially, you know, silvers. While you mention them.
Yeah,
Archery training for Crrool once more!
this is a really fun fight, though. With silvers, this fight becomes really, really decent and really fun.
As you can see, Crrool is not that master archer yet.
Okay, that's that one down.
But Vitrius down. By now, Crrool will go to the Pyramid Ferry, pick up his boots, complete Desert Palace, and then go to T-Rock. And I think by now Crrool is sort of done with this seed as well.
I am, but hey.
You still have at least 15 minutes to play. After that, we can decide if we want you to complete it or not. Well, being done with this seed is not a weird thing actually, because man, this
Aghanim
required pedestal seed where basically
to be fair, I did ask for something silly.
There's a difference between silly and insane, dude.
Nah, to be fair, Yume did exactly what I requested.
Give you a insane seed. But then again, hey, it takes an insane guy to run an insane seed, right? Because people all know that you're the most insane runner that we have at BSG. Things like iris percent.
Minor details. Oh crap! Right, that was me.
Crrool made a boo boo.
I'm not focused, and that's kind of biting me here.
Your focus needs more focus. So, you know, Crrool had a lot of money to spend, so he decided to go for the bomb twice. The bomb costing 100 rupees every time, you know, you need one. Nah, Crrool will now use the mirror, go back to the light world, then, you know, sort of abuse in a smart way the portal that he created when defeating Aghanim. To make the trip a little shorter. And yeah, with that, we will actually open up the pyramid. Bum-ba-da-ba. Well, guys, get ready. Because we are in... Wait, what? What?
What fairy was he talking about then?
Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing. Yume? Could you enlighten us?
That was not Fat Fairy.
That was not the fairy, buddy.
I mean, I can't think of any other fairies.
No.
I'm confused right now.
Yume is like, wait. Yume is gonna try and enlighten us.
Oh boy.
He was sure he sent the correct seed though.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is not a seed you easily mistake one another for.
Well, he's like, I've played so many seeds, give me a break. No, we're not giving you the break, Yume.
I need these boots.
We need the boots. If they're in Turtle Rock, that would be the meanest thing ever.
It would be. At that point, I think I'm done. But no,
Just double dipping?
I'll pull the pedestal. We'll call it a Master Sword pedestal.
Yeah, we call it a Master Sword %.
We could still do that at least.
Yeah, give everyone at least the.
Yeah,
you know,
we're definitely pulling the Master Sword.
Give people the satisfaction of, you know.
I mean, so for the record, by the way, Master Sword is an actual end goal for randomizers. It's one of the things you can set as the end goal. Yeah. It wasn't in this case, but
yeah, you have some end goals. Things like defeat Ganon, Triforce hunting, Master Sword, or pedestal pull, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I think we'll just go for pedestal pull and keep it at that.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of the schedule.
Well, yeah, we still need to find the boots for that, but hey.
Yeah, that's why. Like, it's still boots. It's still, like, I've been able to show off every dungeon, save for GT.
So, people suggesting Waterfall Fairy, but we've checked that.
I've checked Waterfall Fairy. It's definitely not that.
So, yeah, that's the thing. Like, Fairy is the only thing that could refer to it is, you know, the Pyramid Fairy, which we checked. So, by now...
it's either in Swamp, in that last chest,
yeah,
in
or
Thieves in the last chest,
or inside of this,
or in here,
or in Mimic Cave. But hey,
or yeah, okay, but that's basically the same.
I hope people in chat will, you know.
This has been, for what it's worth, it's been a nice showcase of the randomizer. Yeah. Because I've checked just about everything.
Yeah, basically. I didn't keep track of what you've checked, though. I should have, but...
No, I've checked just about everything. It's pretty safe to say that.
Left side of Swamp is indeed an option.
Yeah, there's one...
Our audio guy was, like, signing to me, like, Swamp and pointing to the left, trying to explain that...
yeah, no, I know left side Swamp is still a thing.
But... We kind of don't want it to be.
I purposely skipped that. I'm still not disagreeing with that play in the position that I was.
Crrool?
Yeah?
Yume just called left side Swamp being the place for the boots.
Of course.
I guess I should say Sniper Wave called it.
So yeah, we're going to call time when we get the pedestal. I purposely skipped it. It's always a risk to do that, which is fine.
So, yeah.
Again, I don't disagree with my play. It was just I've made all the wrong decisions.
Yep, not. I told you to go for left side Swamp.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Because I in advance told you I wouldn't.
Yeah, and then I said, are you sure about that? And you're like, yeah. Well.
I needed to take a risk, right? We both knew it.
Risk taken.
Risk taken. Didn't pay off.
No payoff. So I at least hope that the people in chat enjoyed, well, the insaneness of this scene.
Yeah, this was fun.
So, remember how I talked about to you guys about having to pull the thing again for the water? Well, this is about the third time he's gonna do it. Yep. But you know, people don't be sad that Crrool is not gonna finish this Zelda game.
There'll be another Zelda game.
There's another Zelda game right after, run by Xander. And let me check. Do we have any donations for the tunics yet? Because that would be kind of cool.
Also, Zita, remind me next time that I submit a randomizer to BSG to give myself a little bit more leeway.
A little bit more?
Yeah, a little bit more. I mean, part of why I start skipping stuff is because I know that I'm not on pace anymore.
The thing is, if you would have gotten that 145 seed we talked about earlier, that would have been like the best thing ever.
In hindsight,
In hindsight, but you know, you took risks and they didn't pay off. So,
exactly, but like, that's why I said we're making this a Master Sword pedestal seed. And admittedly, this is my first Master Sword pedestal seed on stream ever.
Ah.
I've never had to do a Master Sword pedestal.
That's
I mean, I've had it offline. I've had Moon Pearl on there and King of Samaria once.
Those things happen, but yeah, Crrool wanted to have a seat without leeway going 205. Here it is, and he made most of the wrong place. Yeah,
it happens.
He didn't even make wrong place. Honestly, he decided to skip things because he was out of pace.
That's why I said I didn't make bad plays, just the wrong ones.
The wrong ones at the wrong time. Yeah, it
like
happens.
In other situations, these would have been the correct play, and I think still this is probably still a nice showcase of what the randomizer does.
In before you made a mistake again, and the boots turned out to be in Turtle Rock anyway.
No, in that case, we're giving up.
Yeah, in that case, we're not even pulling
the 5 minutes is a nice amount to be able to get the boots out of here.
Defeat the
Molas and pull the Master Sword pedestal, and we'll be right on the 205 that we.
It's gonna be tight, but
no, I can do that. I'm pretty sure.
So, Crrool, want to make it a bet?
What are you betting for?
If you go overestimate,
assuming Master Sword,
that is the thing. So, if you go over, there's the boots.
Okay.
But if you go overestimate, you donate. Else, I'll donate.
How much?
How much shall we say? 100. People think we're rich, but we're not. 10?
10 works.
10 sounds like a good thing.
10 works.
So
4 minutes, that should be doable.
4 minutes. I was about to say, we can definitely select the tunic color for that.
Let's go with the fast one, regardless.
But I want the slow one.
I think we've seen enough slow walking today.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, there's our big key. Crrool now is quickly going into Molas with less than 3.5 minutes left. It's gonna be tight, but
I got this.
He is confident that he got this.
I got this.
Well, it was. I have to admit, this seed was a blast to be co-commentating and hosting.
RNG though. Sorry.
It has been fun, man.
It has been. It's been a fun seed.
The RNG was not in our favor, but oh, and I just got a donation from Blue, and he boldly states Blue over Red, and that was a €1 donation, by the way.
Red was the faster one, right?
Red was the faster one. But apparently Blue thinks that Blue is better than Red.
Yeah, I can see how he would get to that opinion.
Honestly, I in Pokemon Gold, I think Red is the better trainer than compared to Blue. But hey, who am I to judge that? Yeah, Landmolas die very quickly to Silver Arrows.
Perfect one cycle.
And Crrool finding a compass, so now he knows where the boss is, which he just defeated. Because logics.
Yes.
And with that, Crrool has about less than 2 minutes left to get to the seed, or to the pedestal. And pull out the ice rod. I think this is gonna cost me a tenner.
I think so.
But, you know, it's for charity. I'm okay with it.
Let's take the fancy route.
Not even the super fancy route?
Nah.
Shaking my head.
Okay, Frosty, get ready on quote-unquote time.
I love the music in here, though.
You ready to lose a tenner?
I guess.
Time. Well, kind of. What a seed. We have entered go mode.
Woo! We're in go mode! After 2 hours and 5 minutes, or 4 minutes.
What a seed. What a seed. That was a blast, though.
And there we go. We are officially in go mode, people. Oh.
What a seed. Okay, I'm going to hand it off to Xander not to hold up the schedule too much longer. Zeta, you owe them a tenner. Anyways, that'll be it for me for now.
Fun fact, though, you might think that people are now done with Crrool, right?
Well, you're going to have to sit in a little longer if you don't mind.
Oh, boy.
Because I've got something else that I need taken care of real quick.
Fair enough.
So I'll be taking over halfway during the next run somewhere. In the meantime, enjoy the start of LADX, and hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah,